Hey crochet friends, welcome back, or if you're new here, I'm Mo, your crochet companion. Today we're kicking off a series about joining yarn in crochet. Whether you're starting a new skein or adding a fresh color, knowing how to join yarn is a central skill every crocheter needs. Pause for a joke. Why did the yarn break up with the hook? It just couldn't handle the commitment to joins. Oh, love it. Anywho, so in this video, we'll cover 3 beginner-friendly methods: the pull-through method, the standing stitch, and the magic knot. These techniques are versatile, easy to learn, and perfect for all your crochet projects. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I'm using my hobby yarn again because why not? It is so fun. It's so colorful. I can't stand it how pretty it is, and this, I'm obsessed with this yellow right now. So and then of course you're going to use an appropriate hook. I'm going to use the G because of the fact that this is a sport weight. You can use the worsted weight and a size H hook, so you're just practicing, so you don't have to worry about it being perfect or anything like that. So okay, so I've actually started I kind of started a little bit, I'm actually borrowing this from another video actually. So with the pull-through method, we're going to start with the pull-through method. The pull-through method is perfect for adding a new yarn mid-row and mid-round. So here's how we're going to do it. So you actually need to stop before you get to the end of that stitch. So I'll give you an example here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out here. So I was actually working on a different kind of post. So we're just going to do this in the regular stitch. So we're going to insert our hook, and we're going to just do a regular double crochet. Actually going to go all the way to the end here. Now, instead of finishing that double crochet, we're going to stop just short of finishing the double crochet. Yeah. Did it to myself again. Okay, so you see how I've got 2 loops on my hook. Okay, because we don't want to finish the double crochet. So I'm going to drop the old yarn, which is the pink, and we're going to introduce the yellow into our project. Okay. This is actually one of my go-to way to join as well, and you can do this in the middle of the row as well. So I'm just gonna grab that yarn, my left hand. I'm gonna just kind of hold it in place with my thumb. We're gonna grab it with our hook, and we're gonna finish that stitch with the new yarn. Then we're gonna just secure it by finishing starting the new row, and we're gonna flip it over. Now, I like to keep it nice and snug until I have secured it in the next round, and sometimes I actually will take my tails, grab them so that I can crochet over them. So I'm going to just crochet right on over them. Just like that. Now I'm going to do that again, only I'm going to do it in the middle of the row. Oh, I just can't stop myself. I just love to crochet, so I just kept on going. All right, so I'm going to finish that on that row, and we're just going to finish it that way. I'm going to go to the next row. And we're going to do that right smack dab in the middle of the row. So this is good when you're just changing, or if you ran out of yarn in the middle of your row. So here we're going to do this again. Instead of finishing our row or our stitch, we're going to leave those last 2 stitches on your hook. You're going to drop that old yarn, grab the new yarn, hold it in place with your thumb, scoop it up with the loop, finish your stitch. Then I actually continue on just like I'm doing, and I crochet over my tails as I go. By doing that, you're securing your yarn. You're not putting a knot in your yarn. And you're not stopping to have to snip until you get to the end of the row. So that's when I usually do it. But you can also, you know, keep going and crocheting over it for another row if you want to, but not necessarily. But I just keep going until the end of the row. See how that seamless that is? Yep, that's one of the reasons why that's my go-to when I am adding yarn. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next type of, oh, excuse me, had to scratch my head. The next kind of joining. Okay, so for this, I'm actually going to have to snip my yarn. So give me just 1 second. Okay, so we're going to snip our yarn. And then we are going to do what is called the standing, oh, now I forgot what it's called. The standing stitch. This is actually something that is new to me. I just learned how to do this. I didn't realize, like, when I did research, somebody requested this, and when I was doing research on all the different types of ways of joining, I was so surprised at how many I found. I think I found like 10 different ways that you can join. So, all right, now let's see if I can get it right. So with the standing stitch, you're actually going to wrap your yarn around your hook before you even start. Okay, now let's go a little bit closer here so that you don't miss a thing. So we're going to wrap it around once, and we're going to insert our hook into the stitch. Then we're going to do like as if we're going to do a regular single crochet. We're going to pull up that, so now you see you've got 2 strands on your hook. And you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Now you've got your yarn secure, so then you can let it drop back behind. And just keep on going. So let's do that again. We're going to yarn over. Maybe. We're going to put that on our hook. We're going to insert our hook. You're going to pull up. I'll get it. I'll get it. Told you it was new to me, so. All right, so they're going to yarn over, but now we've got 2 strands on our hook. Going to yarn over and pull through those 2. And you can just keep on going. Okay, so then we're going to go to a double crochet. So to do the standing stitch with a double crochet, you're actually going to wrap that yarn around your hook twice. Insert our hook, yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. There we go. And then you can keep on crocheting as usual. Just let it drop and away you go. Now, the half double crochet is very similar to the double crochet in the respect that you're going to yarn over that hook twice before you actually insert your hook. So then you're going to insert your hook. And just like with the half double, you have to yarn through and pull through all 3 of those. But it is kind of fiddly, so you might have to do like that and then let it drop a little bit and pull through that third stitch. And then keep on going. Okay, so let's go revisit those again. So half double, gonna yarn over twice. You're gonna insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, and pull through all three. There we go. Then we're gonna do a double or half double as usual. There we go. Okay. Now let's do the double crochet. So I'm going to hold it with my thumb. We're going to yarn over twice. Yarn over twice, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Well, maybe. There we go. So let's do that again. Gonna yarn over twice, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, and away you go. I love that because then you're adding a new color or whatnot to the beginning of a row. I mean, obviously it's not going to probably be the best for like in the middle of a row, but if you're starting a brand new row, so you have a chainless start. So that is what really stood out for me about that. I just thought that was really cool. Okay, so let's do the single crochet one more time. So the single crochet, remember we're only yarning over once before we insert our hook. We're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, and pull through two. And then you just keep on going. I just think that is like the neatest thing. All right, so we have one more method to go through. So the standing stitch, obviously that method creates a clean and professional look right at the start of your row. Whereas the magic stitch, so we're going to go to the magic stitch, that is our next joining that we're going to do. So for the magic knot, we're going to take both of our yarns. But first we're going to, I'm actually going to put the yellow on top of the pink. So you're going to create a knot around the first skein or the first color. So just like this, you're going to take that yellow, pull it up around, and create a knot. You're going to tie it nice and tight, okay? Now, with the pink, let me get a little bit closer here. So with the pink, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up and around. We're going to create a knot over top of the yellow. Okay, we're going to tie it nice and tight, okay? So there we go. Now we got the yellow tied on one end, and then we've got the pink untied on one end. Then we're going to take and both sides. So we're going to take the yellow, and you're going to take the pink, and you're going to pull them together. This is the part that I think is so cool. And you're going to pull them together nice and tight. And then they meet in the middle, creating a nice magic knot. Wasn't that cool? I love that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this off one more time, And we're going to do this one more time so you can see it in live action. Oh, let me get both my colors here so you can see them. All right, so we're going to take our yellow, we're going to wrap it around our pink, create a knot, tie a knot on one side. Nice and tight, right? Now we're going to do the same thing with the pink over the yellow. Well, it's being a little fiddly. Okay, so now we're going to take that pink over the yellow. We're going to create that knot around the yellow. Tie it tight on the yellow. So now we have a knot, a yellow knot on the pink thread and a pink knot on the yellow thread. Now we're going to take both sides and we're going to pull those together. Oh, it's so satisfying. So satisfying to do it that way. So that's another way to do it. That's why it's called the magic knot. Then you would take your scissors and cut it close. And I assure you, even though it feels wrong, it's not going to come loose. Not going to come loose. That is so cool. That's like one of my favorite things. It feels like a parlor trick when you do it. So, all right. So, well, this method is quick. Remember to secure and weave in your tails later for polished look. Well, technically you don't have any ends to weave in, so that actually makes it very secure. So if you're working on a blanket and you just don't want those ends to unravel, that's the way to do it right there, is that magic knot. Now you have, now you know the three essential, at least the first three essential ways to join yarn: the pull through method, the standing stitch, and the magic knot. So you'll want to practice these techniques and you'll be ready for any project. So in the next video, we're actually going to be focusing on front post and back post. And then after that, we're going to continue working on our series here about joinings. Sorry, I just love these flowers. They're so much fun. And then after that, we're going to actually have a front post project for y'all to do. So that'll be fun, right? All right, so make sure that if you like what you saw today, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notified when the next videos come out. And please drop me a comment. Let me know how you thought, what you thought about these particular joining tools, and or maybe you want to learn something new. Let me know in the comments what you want to learn new. Okay. All right. Well, until next time, happy crocheting.